Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, monsters of the multiverse, miscreants and outlaws, robots and robed old men, elephants and tieflings. My name is DM Huxley, and this is Praetor's Rejects. I am welcoming you back to episode 4, which I have affectionately titled, Kobolds Are Waffle Evil. I am joined by 4 excited players. They have been thirsting for blood, and they finally got to spill some during last week's episode. We are going to cut right into a rousing combat that is taking place right now behind the scenes here. We will start with character introductions. My name is DM Huxley, and we are going to start with Yagvin Brebalm. Please tell us about yourself, player and character.
My name is Alex, also known as Sharkbait. I'm playing the Warforged cleric fighter, Yagvin. And he got hit by maggots.
But he don't care about no maggots.
No!
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Just pinched a wire.
Not when you're a robot. Son of a bitch. You're the perfect person to walk through that little nasty pile. Or horrible things would have happened. You know what?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and just add them back onto the combat tracker. They're just too fun.
That's fine.
Next
Put him right on Bright.
We'll put him right on. We'll put him right on the person I wanted to hit with them, which was Edvard Thar. Please tell us about yourself.
You just want to hit me with everything. First the hole, then the maggots. I'm Edvard Thar. I'm John. Big Papa Fish in chat. Let's kill some kobolds, whether they're waffle evil or waffle good.
Waffle's so good. Look, man, when it comes to the aggro situation, you know, I admit, like, you kind of have taken some hits here. First of all, you chose to step into the slithering pit. I didn't choose that for you. All I did was put the slithering pit right under your foot, and you didn't know it was there. So, like, can you blame me, really?
Yes, I can.
Secondly, if we're comparing Edvard and Yagvin to each other from terms of, like, who looks more threatening, what do you think is scarier? A tiny little robot with a furry coat and a halo of stars around his head, or a giant hulking samurai Loxodon with a devil sword?
I do have a sword for an arm. He just got a point there.
Okay, so the robot is holding a matchstick, whatever.
I mean, to be fair, my Echo technically has gotten bullied the most.
And there's 2 of him.
It's true.
There's only
because you throw him up front all the time.
Although I will say that your ploy to trick the kobolds bore some fruit. You pulled these dragon shields out of hiding, which is a credit to your psionic mastery. A problem I will rectify soon, but before that, I want to introduce the other 2 players. Let's go with Bright. Tell us about yourself.
Hello, I'm Cynthia, aka Amai, and Amai's Adventures in the Twitch chat. I play the bard/cleric tiefling, winged tiefling, and we're here to beat up some kobolds and hopefully survive the wall of death.
What wall of death? What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Anyways, moving on to Marlon. Last but not least, my friend, please.
Yes, my name's Marlon. I'm played by some idiot called Loco. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, let's get on with it, okay?
Get on with it we shall. And don't you worry about Loco. I have written him out of the adventure entirely.
That's good.
He is safe.
You are safe from the Loco-ness.
He was holding me up anyway.
And with that, we're going to transfer ourselves and our viewers, our throng of viewers, to the combat tracker map. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been in this dungeon for a little over 45 seconds. How do you feel, and what are you going to do next?
I don't think robots can sweat, but I think I'm sweating.
You're licking a little oil.
Yeah.
Just a little...
I mean...
You have oil stains in your armpit.
Just a little liquefaction in the circuitry. It's probably nothing. The warranty's obviously expired, but beyond that, this parts and pieces just littering the Forgotten Realms.
Just gotta keep on pressing on and hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens in the next 45 seconds, which I'm sure will take all of 3 hours.
Mhm.
Time travel.
Yagvin, it is currently your turn. These two dragon shields. First of all, can everybody see the map? Do I need
Yes.
to
Yeah.
Do I need to share the map? Okay, we're good. Awesome. So, Yagvin, in front of you, you see these two dragon shield kobolds. They were hesitant at first to push forward, but for some reason they have left their place of safety and security, and they have charged forward as if responding to a command or something. Who's to say? Almost nobody knows why they would have done this, but they are currently ganging up on Edvarthar. They took some swings. A couple of them were connections. A couple of them were misses. What will you do in this moment, Yagvin? It is your turn.
I'm going to try to tip the scales in our favor. Going to go up 10 feet.
Okay. You walk 10 feet forward.
I will bonus action summon my echo to the 2 squares to my right.
Your echo comes into being.
Yes, sir. And I will swing down on the dragon shield number 2, hoping to hit them with advantage from flanking.
That is correct.
I believe that misses.
So,
You know what? I'll just use inspiration. Why not?
go ahead and roll
A single one?
one more d20. Yeah.
No, I will not.
Aw.
All right. So, among your 3 d20s, your total was a 14.
Yes, sir.
I'm afraid that is a miss. So, even with Edvarthar's coordination and the echo floundering around up in the top right, you somehow managed to miss this thing. This dragon shield is beefy. He is a big, tough, burly kobold, somehow retaining his dexterity despite having used roids for years. He's just completely jacked.
He's yoked.
He's completely yoked, and he's carrying a broad metal shield and a spear. He seems to swing around at the last second and catch your attack. So
Well, hopefully I got his attention.
I think you might
That
have.
will be my turn.
Okay. We'll pass Yagvin's echo. Edvarthar, you've been pushed into a corner here up against this fragile wooden box. You see Yagvin opposing the dragon shield on your left. You see Yagvin's echo opposing the dragon shield on your right. Yagvin, roll me a flat d20. No
I want even?
bonuses. You want an even number, because if you do, which you don't,
no.
in this case,
Hey, I got
you
it out of the
won't-
way.
You won't be able to provide flanking to Edvarthar with your echo. However, you can provide it with your actual body. So Edvard, if you want to attack the dragon shield on your left, you have advantage. Otherwise, it's a normal swipe at the one on the right. Or you can do something completely different. So what happens next? Oh, I see something happening on the combat tracker. You're going to want to hit the advantage
Yeah.
button on that one.
Yeah. I'll save what I was gonna do for later.
Ooh. He came to the
first
session
attack?
with plans.
Always.
Now that, my friend, is a hit. Yagvin, you could learn a thing or two from Elephant Man here.
That is true.
Please roll damage, Edvarthar. Oh, and by the way, I want to let you know that last session you made a desperate attack on one of these kobolds, and you turned a 2 into a 10 with your damage because of your great weapon fighter fighting style. I forgot to point that out because it doesn't really give me much of a pop-up. It just says like a little. Actually, never mind. If you look at your roll, it says right there in the text. It says reroll 2, and so it automatically does it for you. So in this moment just now, you re-rolled a 2 into a 5.
Hell yeah.
For a total of 10 points. This dragon shield spun around and he absorbed the blow from Yagvin, but you cut him right across his back, and you have one more attack if you want.
Yes, I do.
I don't know why you wouldn't, but... Who's that against? Same guy?
Same guy.
Roll another one. That should have been with advantage. Just roll one more time. We'll see if it's a crit. Otherwise, it's a normal
it was still
hit.
on.
Hey, look
Ooh.
at that!
Whoa!
Okay, now I want you to make another attack roll with advantage, and if it's a hit at all, it becomes a critical. This is a confirmation roll. Another 20!
Ooh.
Amazing!
Oh,
Do I
that's
keep rolling?
wonderful.
You just
Do
keep
I
rolling?
keep
Very
rolling?
good.
Keep rolling.
Amazing. Please roll for damage on this poor, unfortunate soul.
Okay, how are we doing crits on that?
So,
It should
normally
work.
you would have to use a modifier, and there is a way to do that. But in this particular case, because you happen to roll another natural 20, it already is on your character. So
Yeah,
you should just be able to roll for damage, and it'll automatically apply a critical hit.
You don't need effects on you.
Look at that. You cut this creature down. His partner is standing beside you. He just makes this awful noise of despair. He screams out something in Draconic. And if anyone understands Draconic, this is what he says. I'm going to type it in the chat.
You killed his twin brother.
Cool.
Oh, that's actually horrible. Okay. You did kill his brother.
Yep.
I love this game. Okay. Edvard, is there anything else you can do in this moment?
Oh yeah.
Go for it. You have a bonus action.
Is an
Action
action
surge.
surge.
Oh no. I mean, oh yeah. Do it.
We're dead.
Do it. Do it to it. Now you don't get advantage on these attacks, but it
He doesn't need it.
freaking matter.
He
Amazing.
doesn't need it.
Please make another attack roll to confirm.
Oh
He
my
found
3 in a
that,
row.
That's a confirmed critical hit. So what we're going to do, up in the top right
The
on
Good
your fantasy
Friday.
grounds, there is a little plus and minus button. Do you see it?
Top right plus minus. Yes. Modifier.
Click on it. Now, I think you just click on
Yeah,
the
you
button
just
that
click
says
the-
critical. I don't think you drag it anywhere. You just click on it and then roll your damage. Yeah. Whoa, bam! Okay, man.
Bam.
Can you go 4 for 4?
Can you?
Can he do it? Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, so
it
close.
seems he can. Please roll for damage.
Wow.
That's close
We're
enough,
so
man.
close.
It's all hits. So close. So close. You swipe. What? This is the fury of a Luxodon Samurai. This is why you have all the aggro, man. I don't want to hear you complaining about shit.
You know me. I'm gonna complain.
You're out here killing kin. You're a kinslayer. Not your kin, but any brothers or family members you come across, you gotta make them suffer. You know, this is part of your evil nature,
I gotta stay away from the Mordecai family.
dude. It's. I tell you what, I never heard a truer statement in my life.
That's my friend.
That's it. Maybe it's the sword. What is this? Oh, by the way, the sword. The sword has a special property, does it not?
Yes, the sword.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Hopefully don't kill one of us with it.
Yeah, it does. Edvard doesn't know that it does, but it does.
But what does John know? For our players, for our viewers at home,
What does it look like happen?
Oh, what it looks like happening is a bunch of flames just dancing in blade form. But that's not what he's talking about. I can't find where to pull it up if it's in here.
I don't think it's going to be in Fantasy Grounds. I had a little buggy issue with the programming for that. But let's just Google it. I'm going to type in Hellfire weapon.
Unless you remember, then you can go ahead and spill the beans on that.
All right. Any humanoid killed by an attack made with this weapon has its soul funneled into the river Styx, where it is reborn instantly as a Lemure devil. So you just
Sunshine and lollipops.
You didn't just kill this guy's brother, you damned his brother to eternal damnation as a pathetic and miserable devil creature in the lower rungs of hell. So, good job.
He'll be fine.
He almost did to his brother too. He almost did to both of them.
You lose 3 morale points. All right. Is there anything else you can do with your turn?
Do I still have my bonus?
You do. You have your bonus action and movement.
I do, huh? Bonus action. I can move my thoughts into my detect thoughts into this guy. Oh, but he doesn't speak English or common. I'll pass my turn.
Okay. So, let me just clean up the combat tracker for a second. Oh, that's a lot better. Wow, so much room for activities. Just sweeping away the dead body, the soulless corpse. This dragon shield, there are tears forming in his eyes. It almost looks like he's crying blood. It's just one of the weird consequences of his draconic nature and his background as a warrior. He is going to take a disengage action, and he's going to move. He's going to move up here. He's going to just kind of dodge and dart. You guys take your swings, but it's all flavor because since he disengaged, he does not provoke opportunity attacks for his movement this turn. So 5, 10, 15...
Unless one of us had Sentinel.
20, 25, 30. And then he spins around and he holds his shield up. And he points his spear to the south. As if to say, come on then, you sons of bitches. Meanwhile, you guys all hear some words in Draconic emanating from the far north, somewhere hidden behind all these boxes and stuff. Another kobold seems to be issuing commands, and if you understand Draconic, he is saying something to the effect of, well, let me just type it into the chat because I don't want to spill too many beans.
But you want to spill the beans.
I want to spill the beans to those who know and enjoy the taste of the beans.
I don't like the phrasing on that.
I think all of us speak Draconic except for Edvard.
So you guys hear a phrase being shouted out in Draconic language, and it is emanating into the chat. And with that, from between these boxes, you guys see the movement of more creatures. A kobold seems to dart between the boxes, and then you hear a loud metallic as one of the kobolds seems to disappear from view. And then, in turn, another kobold seems to leave its hiding spot. And then you hear another... And something is happening. It's like a door is opening and shutting. And then it is Bright's turn. Bright? You recently acquired some items. I want to remind you that they are not identified. And there are ways to identify these things, and it might be beneficial to the group if they are eventually identified. Other than that, you can do whatever you want. I just wanted to bring that little piece of information to your attention.
Good thing I can identify stuff.
How about that? The items you picked up were you picked up a small box within which was a little pink crystal. It's obviously magical, but you don't know what it does yet. You also picked up a scroll. I don't think you've taken any time to inspect the scroll. And you also got the world's best form of money, aka 100 pieces of electrum.
It's just torture.
Yeah, I
Just
have
torture.
I
There's
have
more where that came
monies
from,
and
buddy.
goodies. Uh,
This place is a fucking
all right.
prison.
These people aren't your friends.
Oh goodness. All
Oh.
right. So,
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
oh what? Yeah. What else?
No, that's
What
it.
else do I need to know?
I just noticed that Edvard Thar is still targeting a creature. I'm just gonna. You can do whatever you want. I'm just gonna take off that target for now. Go ahead, Bright. What would you like to do?
Okay. So we heard sounds of something opening and closing.
Yeah,
You
it
said?
sounded like a door or a metal grate or something. It was kind of far away. There's a lot of hooping and hollering going on down the hall, but yeah, it was almost so unmistakable. It sounds like something opening and closing, loud metal clank.
Okay. What would I have to roll to kind of deduce it was a similar sound to the thing next to me?
You don't have to make a roll.
Because
You
there's a
can,
grate nearby.
yeah, you know that it's a very similar sound to what happened when a kobold popped up in front of Marlon earlier.
Okay. Cool. Well, I will use this time to lock up this grate with the chain and locks that I have.
Outstanding. So you skew down, you see this thing, this little grate. Sure enough, it does appear like it's just the right size for a slithery little kobold to squeeze in and out of. This grate is open slightly, and you can definitely lock it up. It will require the use of your action and and a lock. There's actually a space for like a deadbolt to go through a hole to lock it shut.
Oh, okay. So does it have one of those little flaps where it just like closes and there's a loop and then you lock it?
That's right. It seems
Then
like
I
someone
will
just
use one
forgot
of
to
the
put the
locks
lock
I
on.
have.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
I will use one of my 5 locks and just lock that sucker up using my action.
Too easy. Go ahead and reduce the number of locks in your inventory by 1. And we will say that is locked tight, and it's gonna take some considerable effort to overcome that. Now you still have a bonus action and a movement. 25 feet.
Is this hallway similar to the one behind us? It's only like 10 feet high.
That's correct.
Okay.
And looking up and down the corridor, looking down towards the end, you can. Let me just check your vision real quick. Yeah, no. You can tell that it's pretty much the same height all the way up and down the corridor, and it seems to wrap around to the west at the end.
All right. Sounds good to me. Let me scoot on forward for my I moved 1 square, so go right here.
All right.
And
you rush forward and you stand astride this mutilated corpse, this husk of a dragony warrior, kobold warrior. The scales have turned rather gray, not red like the rest of the corpses. Something awful has definitely happened to this one, but it doesn't matter. You stand on its face. You have a bonus action. What else do you do?
I would
and you don't have to do anything.
To pull out them. No, but I would like to pull something out of my bag to have it ready for next turn.
Okay, what do you want to pull out?
Is that possible?
Maybe. What do you want to pull out?
I would like to pull out my alchemist fire flask and just hold on to it until my next turn.
Okay, yeah, that won't be an issue. So you ready yourself with an alchemist fire. Now, one thing I'll remind you of, we actually have to make a weapon real quick for your alchemist fire because you don't have proficiency with it. So you'll give me just a second here. Or if you
No,
already know,
yeah, it counts, I think, as like an improvised weapon or something.
yeah, it's gonna use. Actually, we don't have to create a
Yeah.
weapon per se. You'll just have to roll a raw dexterity check, which is just a +2, in order to make your attack. It won't include your proficiency. So
That's
just
fine, yeah.
keep that in mind if you decide you want to throw it, which you might.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you won't. Maybe you will. All right. Next up, Yagvin, through the cracks of these wooden crates and boxes, you see a kobold in the back. Something is definitely different about this kobold. He seems tough. He is winged, and he seems to be casting a spell.
Oh boy.
Is there anything you can do to resist
I
a
don't-
spell? Any reactions at your disposal?
I believe I don't.
All right. This kobold mutters something under his breath. He waves his arms, and you start to feel noticeably different. You have been targeted with a heat metal spell,
Oh,
and you immediately take some fire damage.
yes, sir.
Ooh, okay, all right. Just barely made the concentration there, buddy.
Just made it.
Just made it.
So here's how heat metal works. The caster chooses a manufactured metal object, such as a metal weapon or a suit of heavy or medium metal armor, that it can see within range, which you are in range. You cause the
can he
object to
see
glow
him?
red hot. Yes, he can see him. He sees him.
He's
through.
flying.
Even through. Oh, he's flying. Okay.
There are gaps in the. So when you Yagvin, when you click on your character, you can see whatever you can see, and same thing for the kobold sorcerer. I can click on them and I can see their line of sight, and there are some creatures that I cannot target, such as Bright, or Marlon, or Edvard. But in your case, Yagvin, you're right in the zone, man. You guys are just staring each other down through the cracks in these wooden crates, and he's got you, buddy, dead to rights.
Yeah.
So, continuing on here, you cause the object to glow red hot. So your body, your integrated protection, comes back to bite you just a little bit here. Your whole body begins to glow red hot, specifically all of the plates of your plate armor. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell. And then, among other things, it says here that if a creature's holding or wearing the object and takes the damage from it, the creature can succeed on a Constitution saving throw to drop the item if it can. However, armor doesn't work that way. You can't just drop your armor like an artificer could. If you guys remember one campaign we were playing in, we had an artificer who was able to remove his armor as an action. Unfortunately, you are not built that way, my friend. You
I'm
have
not
to
built
spend
different.
an entire. You're built different from you're built. You're just built different.
Yeah.
But you have to take an hour to unintegrate or disintegrate, if you will, the armor from your body.
Or if he loses concentration.
I'm sorry?
It's a concentration spell.
What, heat metal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tracking on that one. So all you gotta do is smack him, and he'll probably lose it, honestly. He doesn't look like he can handle a great deal of smacking around. Here's the problem. If you don't drop the object, you have disadvantage on all your attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn, where you have to make the save again. So, just keep that in mind as your body heats up. And then this sorcerer will... I'm going to check off a spell slot, and then he's going to pass his turn. Marlon, you're up.
Marlon's going to step out. Well, he's actually going to do a angle move, but I did it in an L shape, but that's all right. He's going to step up to right there. And he is going to start tapping his staff on the ground as he prepares a spell. Well, he's not preparing it, actually. He's casting it. And upon the fifth strike upon the ground, out of his fingertips flies a fireball, actually, is what he's throwing.
Outstanding.
And he is going to land it right in between the two that he can see.
Okay.
And that is going to be it. He's going to cast Fireball.
Outstanding. So here's what we're going to do. I want to know what level you're going to cast it at.
At the regular level, level 3.
Gotcha. I see you've already checked off a 3rd level slot.
Nope, I've already used one. This will be my second once I cast it.
What did you use? Oh, yeah, Chromatic Orb. Okay.
Yep.
So you check off another one. And then I'm going to go ahead and roll the saves. I'm going to pull them from your character sheet, and we're going to hit some creatures.
All right.
Here's one save.
3 balls of fire.
That's a big fat fail.
That's a big fat yay.
Here's another save. That's a big fat pass with a natural 20.
There is.
And here's another save. That's another fail. And that's it. So now,
All right.
can you, how do I, let's see, can I target for you? How do you target in Fantasy Grounds? Do you like a hold or shift or something?
Yeah, what is it? Control,
You hold
left
Control,
click?
control.
I gotcha. So we're targeting 3 creatures because that's how many you hit. And then I'm going to click the damage button.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't get to do that.
Oh,
This is my
By-
spell, buddy.
by
Get
all
off me.
means. By all means.
Get off my yard.
Actually,
Take
well,
the fun
He is
away from me, will
magnificent.
you?
I think I did that wrong. I don't know if it's going to track the successes and failures, but we're about to find out. Go ahead and go
Well, you
crazy
really-
with your damage.
You really messed that thing up, didn't you?
Man, this is my first day,
Don't.
right? I've only been doing this for about 45 seconds. All right, let's see what happened here. Half. Cool, it kept track. So, guys, an explosion occurs, and a couple things are going to happen. The first thing that's going to happen is skadoosh.
See, all the boxes are gone.
Yep.
all of
Vision!
the boxes, all of the boxes explode and catch fire and disintegrate as this fireball just rocks the hallway. Dust settles as it comes scattering down all around you from the ceiling and the walls. The torches just kind of like blow in wind as this fireball rocks everything. The next thing that's going to happen is the kobold dragon shield and another kobold creature are completely engulfed in flames, and they shrivel to a crisp as they die. And then left standing in the middle is one more kobold. He is winged. He is now standing in plain view, all of his cover and concealment having been blasted away by Marlon the Magnificent. I won't let you deny it, my friend. You are magnificent.
I need to get this thing over with. I need a nap.
I think you'll be able to take a
Move
break.
behind this cover.
You know, right around the corner there may be a comfortable armchair. Who knows? Or you
That'd be
could just
nice.
go
It's a
back
mimic.
to the room behind you.
Yeah, that's always an option.
Meanwhile, you hear the crunching and gnashing of metal spikes crunching up stone floor and ceiling. All right, Marlon, outstanding. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I just made my movement behind the box to be concealed.
Gotcha.
Did the Cobalt Sorcerer take damage?
As a matter of fact,
He
He
took
did.
half, didn't he?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
say,
not-
do I
I'm
still
about to-
feel red
I'm
hot?
about to calculate that. Hang on just a second. I gotta figure out what he took.
Oh, that's weird that it didn't do the concentration roll automatically.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I was.
I don't know if I did it right.
That's right.
In
You messed
my-
it up.
Hang on, let
Oh.
me clear up the combat tracker. So,
But let me play my character.
how do I?
Marlon, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the DM. He jacked it all up.
How do I?
DM? What?
How do I do it? Like, do I have to drag the heat metal effect onto him? I see-
Yes,
I
the concentration.
Yeah.
see. Awesome. Okay,
Once-
we'll remember that for
If you
the.
do it, I think it does.
I'll remember that for my next 4 players. In the meantime, he takes 7 damage, and that means he needs to roll a 10 on his Constitution check, right?
Saving throw.
Yeah, it's a save.
Saving throw. So here it goes.
Con save.
And he got
Ooh.
passed.
He saved.
Barely made it.
He passed. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, we
All right,
did.
cool.
Yes.
I'm still learning what you guys can and cannot see. I don't think things are going 100% in my favor, but that's okay. I don't care. So yeah, he passed on that. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to put up with it a little bit longer. But at least now you have a straight shot to him. That's always something. And so it becomes Yagvin's turn as the dust settles and flames enrich the hallway and light everything up. What happens next, Yagvin?
I'm going to move 30 feet.
You just come barreling up.
Yeah, and so I'm going to bonus action summon a new echo in front of the kobold sorcerer.
In front. There you go.
Yes, so the one disappears and another one reappears.
Got it.
And I will use my attack action with the echo to attack the sorcerer.
Make your attack.
But it will be at disadvantage, I presume, because of the heat metal.
That is correct.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
I do